Since the final whistle blew on Greenville's loss last season to Knox Central, the Green Devils have had one thing on their mind.
We've been working since the beginning of summer for this, and we have an opportunity we got to go capitalize on it Friday.
Greenville takes on Springfield for the Class 4A state championship, something this group has been dreaming about for a long time.
We've all been playing together since middle school, and that's what we've dreamed of. And now that we're finally here, it's just a dream come true. Now we've got to live it out.
The time is finally here. Greenville has reached its destination, Exit 286. All right, thanks for joining us for Exit 286, Greenville's road to Cookeville. I'm Casey Getz. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is the significance of Exit 286? Well, it's the exit to Cookeville and specifically Tennessee Tech, location for this year's Class 4A state championship game where the Green Devils will be facing Springfield. And 286 has become a rallying cry for Greenville this year.
I remember when the guys started that back in the locker room this summer, you know, back in May when we first started lifting and stuff. That was mentioned, and actually it was written on our whiteboard, and I asked Cade one night at home, Cade, what's 286? And he said, Dad, that's the exit to Cookeville. So, yeah, it stuck.
That's been our thing. We put it on a bunch of stuff we have. It's just been our motivation that's where we're going to get. We're not going to stop until we get there. And we've worked so hard this year, and it's been a great motivation, and we made it.
All right, so how exactly did Greenville get to this point? Let's take a look back at their season so far. The Green Devils started the season with a 35-21 win over Dobbins-Bennett. They followed that up with a 38-14 win over Morristown West. Union County, they really stood no chance, falling 62-7. In week 4, Greenville picked up a big 42-26 road win at Science. So after that game, head coach Kane Ballard said his team just won the 6A championship, having beaten 3 6A teams in the first 4 weeks of the season. Pisgah from Canton, North Carolina fell 38-8 to the Green Devils. Greenville shut out Sullivan Central 69-0. Sullivan South, they didn't fare much better, losing 56-7. Elizabethton gave Greenville a tough test, but still Greenville won that game 24-10. Granger, they didn't get on the scoreboard, dropping the game 42-0. Sullivan East got blown out 62-7. So Greenville went a perfect 10-0 in the regular season. First round of the playoffs, they beat East Ridge 56-7. Round 2, they took care of Chattanooga Central 49-12. The Green Devils, they were pushed to the limit in the state quarterfinals. They were down 21-0 in the first quarter to Anderson County, but they battled back and won 35-31. And finally, last week in the state semis, Greenville beat Marshall County 49-24. Now, when you think of Greenville football, it all starts with head coach Kane Ballard. And the most important position on the field is, of course, quarterback, and that job belongs to his son, Cade Ballard. Heather Williams caught up with the head coach quarterback and father-son duo.
Playing for a state championship is special. Coaching your son in said championship?
Oh, yeah, it's special to do it with Cade, but it's always special. It never gets old. It doesn't matter who you're with.
And that's really the essence of the Ballards relationship. They are father and son away from the field, but player and coach on it.
You know, it's special. The dynamics of the situation, you know, it's cool. But, you know, we still have to prepare like a football game. You know, just prepare like he was just my coach.
For Kane, coaching his son has at times been
stressful. Very stressful.
But also a lot of fun.
It's great most of the time. 99% of the time it's great. And then when he gets fired up, sometimes I got to hear about it, but I love it. It's been a dream come true.
We try to have fun with it, and we do. We have some fun, but it's tougher than I guess I expected it would be, but at some point I've got to settle down and enjoy it.
With football being such a big part of the Ballards' life, you would think it was their entire life, but that's not the case.
It doesn't go home with us at all. You know, we're done when we get in the car, headed out of here home. It's over. And if we slip up, Mom makes sure that it stops when we get home.
She does a good job of that sometimes too, but he doesn't really do that a lot, I would say.
But I'd say if they win a state championship, they might talk football a little bit at home. Getting the facts right in Greenville, Heather Williams, News 5 on Fox.
All right, thanks a lot, Heather. Greenville's offense enters Friday's state championship game, averaging 46 points per game. Still ahead on our Exit 286, Greenville's road to the state championship special. We're going to take a look at what makes that offense so dangerous, and it's more than just junior quarterback Cade Ballard.
Mr. Football. 4A, Cade Ballard, Greenville High School.
You know, it's a blessing to be here and to be in the state championship on Friday, and I can't wait. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere and an awesome game, hopefully.
Cade Ballard may get the most attention for Greenville, and it's certainly well-deserved. He is the 4A Mr. Football winner this year, but as Mike Lucas shows us, he's not the only Green Devil who demands the defense's attention.
Simply put, Cade Ballard is a beast.
We don't really realize how good a quarterback Cade is. I mean, he puts every ball exactly where we need it.
But if you ask him, he'll be the first to admit that he wouldn't be putting up these mind-boggling stats without his star-studded cast of receivers.
Makes my job easy. Throw it anywhere near them, they'll catch it.
Most teams have a number 1 receiver, a number 2, and so on down the line. Except Greenville isn't like most teams. Instead, the Green Devils have 3 number 1s in Dorian Goddard, Cameron Height, and Seth Crawford.
We all have to be unselfish with it because we all know we can all make plays, but we all trust each other, and I think that's what makes us as good as we are.
For as good as Ballard and his receivers are, they're not the only options on offense for the Green Devils. If you sleep on their running game, you better be ready for the wrath of Ty Youngblood.
That's a cool thing to watch when you're going through the hole and, you know the linebacker's not want to make the play.
I like to look at people's eyes when before you hit them, and their eyes just kind of get a little bigger, so I think I like that.
At times, having too many options can be a problem, but it's a problem Coach Cade Ballard says he's happy to have.
We got a lot of guys that can hurt a defense, and it's been tough on the defenses to take everything away.
Getting the facts right in Greenville, Mike Lucas, News 5 on Fox.
Now, the last time Greenville made it to Cookeville was 2011, where they won their 2nd consecutive state championship. In 2011, the Green Devils scored off against Maplewood. Never really a game. Greenville won 37-0 on their way to back-to-back state titles. The year before, Greenville beat Tresvant 60-12 to win their first ever state title. Now, members of the current team were in grade school when Greenville won those back-to-back state championships, but it was a memory that has influenced them throughout their football careers. Several members of that team were watching as the 2011 team left for Cookeville, and they say watching that team win a state title has driven them to do the same.
We've learned a lot. I mean, like, that's how they made it there and stuff, and we've kind of developed that too, that will to win, that hard work, and that thinking that we're the better team every time and knowing that we're going to come out on top.
I just wanted to be able to be in that position one day, and now I'm here.
It's just amazing to be able to play for a state championship Friday and just watch all the guys that have been there before, and just, it's amazing to be there.
All right, don't go anywhere. We have more of our special on Greenville's road to Cookeville coming up after this. Greenville going for their 3rd state title, playing Springfield in the 4A state championship game.
Got a chance to spend a little time out in Greenville this week, and the Green Devils look relaxed. They look like they're ready to go, just kind of business as usual for them. You know, they're always just, boom, 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 get things done. I think the toughest games that they've had to play on their schedule are behind them, and I don't think that there's any trouble for the Green Devils to win a state championship.
Yeah, Springfield started 3-3, lost to some pretty good football teams early. They've only won by an aggregate of 22 points in 4 playoff games. Greenville will have to deal with a fat cat, though, in wide receiver Dayron Johnson, who had 7 catches, 195 yards, 3 touchdowns last week in that 35-28 win over Haywood County. But there's a fat chance that Springfield wins this game. Greenville, congratulations. I think you win the Class 4A state title.
Well, if Springfield's going to throw the ball around, that'll give Seth Crawford another chance. Remember, he had those all those interceptions in their win against Anderson County. I think 4 interceptions in that game, so that'd give him another chance at ball hawk back there in the secondary. But yeah, Greenville, they've won 3 of their 4 playoff games by at least 25 points. The only team that was in their way was Anderson County. I think Greenville will roll, and I think this could be the widest margin of all 6 Division I state championship games. Greenville big over Springfield. All right, the Prep Picks crew making their picks. Now, Greenville, of course, they're going to play Springfield, the Yellow Jackets, tomorrow. These 2 teams have very different paths to get to this game. Springfield is 11-3 on the year. They play some really close games, as Steve mentioned. All 4 of their wins in the playoffs have been by 10 points or less. Meanwhile, Greenville's had only 1 close game so far in the playoffs. Despite that, the Green Devils aren't overlooking their final opponent.
Very athletic, on the edge, a lot of speed on the edge. So, we got our work cut out for us, but, that's the way it should be this time of year.
They like to throw deep balls and run the jet sweep, and they're a pretty scrappy football team.
They're a very athletic team, but we played them like teams like this before. It won't be any different. As long as we go out and play tough all 4 quarters, I don't think they can handle it.
All right, if you can't make it to Cookeville tomorrow, don't worry, we have you covered. Very excited about this. You can watch Greenville State Championship game Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock right here on Fox Tri-Cities. Thank you to Mike and Heather for their help and to Greenville for their coaching staff for letting us come out and talk to the guys. Good luck tomorrow, guys.